Welcome back, and I have the great pleasure of introducing Mary DeFeudis. How are you, Mary?
I'm great. It's great to be here, Christina.
Thank you. You know what, I knew about you. Your legend followed you before I met you, and I've been following what's happening with the tapestry of our wonderful Worcester all the way back when the Hanover Theatre was just being constructed, and then one day you were introduced to all of us, but not to me personally, and you were one of the founders of the Hanover Theatre of the Performing Arts, right?
That's correct. I was introduced to the fact that they were going to redo this theater, and I had been away in Florida and picked up the spirit of giving because I saw on the Today Show, I saw a little boy that had a brain tumor. And a lot of people have heard this story, but it doesn't get old. It's a little boy that had a brain tumor and was being treated for it, and he needed a very intricate biopsy, but the doctors wouldn't, the insurance wouldn't pay for the doctors to do it because they said that he was at the end of his life and that the biopsy was going to cost $20,000. So his parents were selling everything that they had to pay for this biopsy, which was going to cost $20,000. So I was watching the show, and I picked up the phone, and I called the Today Show and said, I will pay for the biopsy for this little boy. Whether it comes out good or bad, I felt that I wanted to be able to give him a chance.
That is amazing. So many of us watch these shows, and you actually picked up the telephone, and you had the, you know what, to call the Today Show there, and picked up the phone and called them and said, I want to provide this treatment for this child. That is so wonderful. You know what, I was right to call you a goddess. You are. I mean, that is so selfless, and it really touched you in order to be able to do that.
Well, I think it gave me a great sense of satisfaction that I could do it. And that I just happened to be watching the show when it came on, and it was the perfect storm. And a doctor in California was watching it and said, if it's so that they can do the surgery, if they do this biopsy, I will do the surgery for free.
So look at what you did. You just started a whole domino effect of other people giving. It's contagious, they say. Thank you so much for doing something like that.
Oh, don't thank me. He just graduated from high school.
That is such a wonderful story. With all of us having children, we know how much that touches our heart that you did that. That is so wonderful. And I only just learned that story, but you're right, it never gets old. And you were on the Today Show?
Yes.
Oh my, and now you're on City Vice Metro. That is amazing.
Yes.
That's
so
great.
I came back to Worcester right after that and was introduced to Ed Medaus and Paul DeMoga, and we talked about the theater, and we went and looked at it, and it was, you know, we saw the pictures of before when Sarah Bernhardt was there, and it was a wish for Worcester and a hope that we could bring, you know, first-class entertainment into the city. And I love Worcester. I was born here. I grew up about a mile from here on West Mountain Street. Well, I lived here for 9 years and then moved out to Sterling. So we began, and we twisted every arm, and we...
and Ed Medaus and Paul DeMoga are two visionaries who really went in and just pounded the pavement.
They had the vision that we could do that.
And look at now. I mean, what year is it now? I mean, I went to the opening night.
And we just had our 5-year anniversary in April.
Yes.
We had Diana Krall here.
Yes.
And she did a fabulous job, and it was a wonderful show.
Well, I always say that you make these inroads in the tapestry of our city, not only culturally, but also with what you do with UMass Medical, and you work with UMass Medical. You also work with the American Red Cross. And your latest appointment has been invited to be on the board of Becker College. That's really a great cross-section of opportunity that you have to give of your time, talent, and treasure. Yeah, that's great.
Thank you, Christina. As I said, I love the city, but I love things that are involved with children and health care.
Yes.
And so that's how I became involved with UMass and with promoting cancer research there. And it's been very, very rewarding. And we just have a new research building. And
yes, that's so wonderful.
You know,
that's
a
great.
Nobel laureate, which
Yeah.
won't be the first one there. I'll say that.
And then Becker College with all the, they do video game and the president, Dr. Johnson, right? Wow, that's great. The two of you together are going to make that an institution that nobody can even imagine.
I think Dr. Johnson is a wonderful, charismatic person, not just for Becker College, but for the whole city of Worcester. And he talk about visionary. He is very visionary and preparing students to live in this global economy and this global world. I mean, this very small world.
That's great. Well, he picked the right person to be on the board, and also that it's so great. Thank you so much. I'm honored to have you here, honored to talk about what you do, because it's selfless, it's from your heart, you give back, you have vision, and it's just wonderful to get to know you a little better, and for all my viewers as well.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. We'll have you again when there's another wave of interesting things going on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. And don't go away. Stay with us. Be right back.